What is up? Welcome to Innerware. In this channel we talk about maintaining the spirit, and doing the shadow work. I talk about everything internal, everything internal, as to how I think a human should constitute or conduct themselves in order to gain fulfillment and basically just feel good about your life and yourself, And most of these methods are things that I find to be universal amongst most people, regardless of gender or sexual orientation or whatever. But I'm not talking about that now. In this video I wanted to discuss. In fact, I'm not discussing. I made this video as a reminder from my prior videos of that you should transmute with intention. Today I want to tell you that you shouldn't get complacent, You shouldn't allow yourself to get complacent. I've been holding the fort quite nicely for the past few days, I would say, but I did notice something, due to the weather conditions where I live. I've been training, I think for the past almost to a month now, back at training. So I don't train in a gym because, right now I can't afford one, and even if I did, I doubt I'd go to a gym. I went too much to the gym and it's kind of become boring for me. So I like training outside, So the weather's been really bad for the past 2 days. Even today is not good, but it is better. I was able to just do shoulders right now. But I kind of noticed something yesterday, especially yesterday, because yesterday I didn't train. So I kind of took it as a rest day by default because I wouldn't be able to train. But I did notice something shift inside of me, because yesterday I was in the house and I was kind of chilled, and it kind of dawned upon me that now that I was chilled in the house and I was seated and not doing anything whatsoever related to my purpose, now today it was easier for my body to do the same thing. But now the difference is that, unlike the time when I stopped, actually internally within me, in my soul, I felt guilty about that, and it sort of dawned on me that is where all this negative this is where all this negative energy starts spiraling, and bringing me into my low vibrational self, which is, it always follows the same rule. I don't care who you are or what you do. We all have our vices, man. And besides vices, we all have things that we do. We engage with that take us away from our mission. And yesterday, the weather wasn't good, so I did have an excuse to not work out or shoot a video, but I kind of saw something there, that feeling of complacency and relaxation followed me into today, because my body was like, okay, what the fuck, we should rest today also until the weather clears and everything is back to normal. And I was able to be aware and see that my body is playing tricks on me, because my mind is like, okay, we didn't train yesterday, we're not training today, then we are going back. At a cellular level we might not see it, but at the cellular level I'm starting to break down and lose my results that I'm training for, and I'm closed indoors eating bullshit, and that my health in that manner will start to deteriorate, because I can already feel the chemistry inside of my body was starting to kind of shut down, was starting to kind of shut down, especially considering the fact that I'm not holding much energy right now. But I kind of put it inside of me yesterday to like eat the right stuff at night, because most of the day I spent it eating the wrong things. So I noticed that today I set it upon myself, and yesterday night, to eat the good things only. And yeah, that on its own sort of reboot the chemistry inside of me, and I got some motivation back, although I'm not as motivated as I was end of week, in the week that I'm coming from. So this is telling me one thing over and over. I disturb my internal chemistry, and in return my mind is disturbed, and my mind controls how I think and feel about myself, which is my internal world. And externally I won't be able to transmit properly, because I would have disturbed the very same frequency that I'm supposed to be using to manifest my reality. I didn't eat good food, I didn't train. I start to feel tired and complacent, especially when I rest on a day where I'm not supposed to be resting. That is what happens. And yeah, it kind of dawned on me that my body was willing to let me do the very same thing that was gonna kill it and kill us in return, which means the soul inside of the body is the one that's supposed to be strong and hold the fort. It is supposed to be able to hold the fort in every difficult circumstance that you come through, because sometimes your body just doesn't feel like it. There are moments where I've been stressed or worried about my personal life, and I find myself doing nothing. I have got this, I don't know if it's a weakness or a trait or what I would call it, but I have this thing of being paralyzed by stress, and when it happens, I'm unable to do anything. And I found myself falling back into that, and this time I sort of started feeling guilty, because there's not that much that is stressing me in life, because besides making this content and carrying out my usual business. And for me to start wanting to get out of my own lane again and go back to doing the very same things that slowed me down and reversed my progress, as for me to be where I am starting to rebuild again right now. The body is really powerful, man, and it plays games on you. Don't listen to it. Do not listen to your body. It hates discomfort. Our bodies hate discomfort. That's why when you think of going to the gym, you literally, in that split second, 1,000 excuses form in your head. But if you say I'm going to the club, your body doesn't fight you, because there's no resistance there, and it feels good. And especially being a man, that makes you weak, because we are easily controlled by pleasure. Especially if you're a male, you're easily controlled by pleasure. I don't care who you are. This is just how we operate. And when we work, we do all these things in order to reproduce and get sex, because sex feels good. We want power, because all these things that we want as people, they feel good, and our brain knows that. The problem with it is that it wants to get there before doing the work, and that is where the spirit comes in. You have to educate your body to be disciplined, even when it feels like not doing so, because the only way you'll ascend in life is if your higher faculty takes charge. And in order for it to do so, you have to be high vibrational, and you cannot vibrate high if you keep on feeding yourself the wrong things, mentally, visually, and physically. So it still goes back to my previous videos. I've been saying the same thing ever since I started this channel. protect your energy, and sometimes the person you need to protect it from is you, because as people we do some fucked up things. I plan, okay, I'm going to go to the gym for 3 months, and then you stop, and then after the 3 months you ask yourself, why did I stop? How did I stop? And you realize that if you had only continued with your plans and your ambitions and goals, or whatever you call it, your purpose, you would have been there where you want to be, or closer. But because you took energy away from that and allocated it somewhere where it is a total dark path, now that karma comes back to you. But like, you go to drink every day, or something bad would happen to your health. You eat fruits every day, you eat healthy food every day. That thing is going to pay you back, because I feel like the universe is a mirror of what you are. If you're someone who indulges too much, and pain shall indulge you too much also. If you're someone who's too disciplined, even your life will show that you're too disciplined. Because the more you make things simple for yourself, it becomes really difficult, because now you have to stick to this one thing, and your brain as a being craves novelty. That is one human weakness. We love novelty, and sometimes it's not good, man, because the very same boring thing that is predictable that you are supposed to be doing is the one that will actually get you where you want to go. So if you find yourself that you have days where you're complacent, just return your awareness to yourself. Be in your body, be aware of what you are feeling. And if you're not feeling motivated or good, pick yourself up, go do your task regardless of how you feel. That's it. Over the days, as they build by, as the days start stacking on top of each other, now you're not depending on that feeling. You're going with momentum, because now you've put in so much energy, and the universe starts showing you in small ways that you are being rewarded, and you have to keep on investing that energy. The very same way you have to save money in your bank account for your account to grow. It is the same thing everywhere. I've always watched other YouTubers say, as within, so without, as below, so above. It is the exact same thing. Look at this. You put in work every day at the gym, you get a physique. You save money, you get more money. Well, it doesn't feel good to save money, but it feels good to have more of it, because you start to feel safe. It doesn't feel good to eat healthy, because healthy food sometimes sucks and doesn't taste so good compared to KFC or all these tasty brands. But the very bland, plain, healthy food you eat is also the food that's going to make you feel good, because it's good for your vessel. As much as you read the good things, you watch the good things, now you find out you're less distracted, and you're able to focus on whatever you must focus on, because that boring content that you watch, which is educational or functional, creates a space within you whereby you're not abusing your dopamine, and you can still retain some motivation to get the tasks that you need to be done for the day. So that's where it's at. Put your energy where your intention is, and if you want a good life, have that intention, put your energy there. Get after it energetic wise. Do everything that you are supposed to do to get there. If you don't know how to do this spiritually, God gave all of us a logical brain. In order to achieve X, you have to do Y, Z. So you should do those things consistently over time. The problem is, a lot of people like to rush, and then if you see this X path is not working, you want to change to Y, and it's not working, you want to change to Z. You don't give each path its own deserved amount of time and energy for you to manifest whatever you want there, because even your investment energetic wise is still full of doubt and is rushed. You're full of you're rushing and you're desperate. You come from a point of negative energy. You're not coming from a point of creation and abundance and consistency and self-love. You're coming from needing something, and you want to do all these things to fill a certain block in your life, and that's why you can't keep up, because you're not doing it for you and what you believe in. It doesn't come from inside of you, it comes from outside. The reason we all stop chasing our goals is because we're not doing them for us. We do them for other people. Ask yourself the things that you really want to do. Does anyone have to convince you or stop you when you do it? Is it possible that if you love football, I can stop you from playing football? No. You will make sure that you go and you don't miss a match, because that's what you love. Sometimes even when there's no match, you make an effort to have some sort of football practice or something that is related to your purpose, and that's it. And most of the time, as people, we like to make things complicated and difficult, and it is just that simple. Have intentions, invest your mental energy in them, invest your emotional energy in them, then go do the physical work. The universe will respond in kind. At least that is what I've seen for myself. And as far as the things I've manifested now, I am not perfect. I am also still learning. But if you like my content, please leave a comment and let me know. Let me know if you have any other future ideas of content you'd like me to make. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video with your friends or anyone you think might need it. That was it from me today, guys. Please go put your energy where it should go. Thank you for watching my video. See you in the next one. If you have other problems, you can check out my channel. I make videos like this. I know it's not fancy, but I promise you, if you do sit with me and listen, perhaps I could help you, or we could help each other. I don't know. Subscribe, like, comment, share. See you in the next video. This is Inner Aware. Maintain your spirit. Goodbye.